Hi everyone, so my name is Nakia, and just in case you didn't know, I currently dropship on Amazon, and I currently do this channel to teach others like you who want to learn how to dropship on Amazon on thrivewithamazon.com. So the common question today, how does a absolute beginner get started with Amazon dropshipping? Before you start anything, before you even start your Amazon store, and before you even start dropshipping on Amazon, the first thing you need to know is how much capital money do you have? Now, when I say this, I mean like how much credit do you have? How much cash do you have to fulfill the orders that is going to be coming through? Do you currently have good credit so that way you could apply for credit cards if needed? How much is your credit limit? How much cash do you have on hand? Do you have a good amount of cash to be able to fulfill orders? And I want to just put this out there. Your expectations has to be realistic. If you only have 5K in credit or cash to fulfill the orders, you can't expect to make 10 or 20K per month. It's not realistic. So if I give you an example, you would probably need maybe 5K or so to make your first 1K, but this is rough, right? Because it depends on the profits of the item. Good ideal amount to start off with would be about $10,000 in credit or cash. But you could still start lower because that's how I got started. And as long as you're okay with growing slowly, we're all happy over here. But if you want to grow quicker, and you don't want to put your store on vacation, definitely credit and cash is definitely king. Another thing to note, because this was something that I didn't really think about completely, is it's a good idea to have a business bank account. But if you find the fees are too high for a certain bank account, you can start off with a personal, but I don't recommend it for long term. So you can start off with it in the beginning because you're not going to be doing a lot of activity in there. But eventually, as you start to grow and you start to get bigger amounts from Amazon's payout, you would want to switch to a business account because it's so much easier. Else the bank is going to threaten to close your account, and we don't want that. You don't want to lose your history and stuff. So it is recommended, like if it's in the beginning, you're starting small, you can use a personal, but definitely look into getting a business account because we're going to be successful with this Amazon dropshipping business. The next thing we're going to talk about is a topic that everyone hates to talk about: time. When you're starting out, you have to remember that you're a beginner, which means that it does take time to grow. You're going to be learning new things. That takes time. There's going to be errors, trial and errors. So you just have to remember things do take time. But you do have to remember, if you want to make a certain amount per month, whether that's to quit your job, pay off debt, or just make extra money in general, you do have to put in a realistic amount of time. So now, like, let's say if you want to make 2K per month, you will need to put at least 4 to 6 hours per day. I mean, working 1 hour per week won't get you 2K a month. This is a business that you have to be hands-on in the beginning. No, I said in the beginning. Eventually what happens is as you get better at it, you'll start outsourcing and you'll start getting other people to work for you. So that way you can reduce your time to only even a couple hours per week you'll be working. But in the beginning, you do have to put in the time so you learn first before you outsource. This is the most key component of this all. You need to list. Even if you don't see sales, you list. If you see sales, you list. List. And what I mean is that you'll search on Amazon for higher profit items and look for that supplier, and then you'll make sure that the item is profitable because that's very important. And another thing is when you're starting out is to sign up for sites like cashback sites. So cashback sites are basically, all it is that before you make a purchase with a supplier, so whether that's Walmart or Kmart or Sears, you'd click through on the cashback site. So whatever you order, you'll get back a percentage of it. Usually it's quite small, so it's like 1% to 5%. People think like, oh, it doesn't amount to anything, but once you keep on doing it, it does build up. It can build up to thousands of dollars. And usually what I do with my earnings is I tend to just save it because it's technically like free money. So you can go on sites like BeFrugal, top cashback, giving assistance, and there's a few out there that you can use, but that's one thing I recommend you use and get into the rhythm of always clicking through the cashback site to then place your order. It's extra money. Why wouldn't you do it? You want to keep track of everything, because I know that in the beginning I didn't keep track of every single order, and then when it came tax time I had to go back and record all the orders again. So one of the things is have a sheet where you can record every order that comes through, that records the profits, because it's very key in keeping you organized, and it's just good to know what you're making so you can set goals. And I noticed that once I started knowing what I'm making and putting it down on a sheet, is once I started, that is when I start to get more organized, and I was able to see what I was making and be able to set a target. So that's very important in this business, or in any business. So I hope this was helpful. This is all you need to start your new Amazon dropshipping as a complete beginner. Now, if you're looking to learn more, head to thrivewithamazon.com.